Hi, this is the Bratz Boys Club, and I am Jesse. And today I have a major, super, huge surprise for you. I never thought I was going to be making this video because I kind of really never believed I was going to have the chance to finally get my hands on something as kind of special and rare to find as this item that I'm going to show you in a few minutes. But fortunately for me, even though I'm bank broke right now because of it and pretty much all of my other purchases, I am very happy to announce that I was able to get my hands on another find that is going to make my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boys, sexy, studly, babylicious Bratz Boys, even more incredible than the other finds. These sometimes are very difficult to come by, not because they're actually rare, but because they're a little bit difficult to find in this specific status. Because sometimes it's easier to find them when they are slightly, for layman's terms, used, pre-owned, or in my own personal language, they're pretty much not in box. So, I mean, many enthusiasts or collectors, whatever they want to call themselves, um, the majority of these collectors or enthusiasts, they don't really mind to have pieces like this, which is totally fine, and I'm thinking it's pretty much the same, it's pretty much awesome to have your collection made up of whatever you want. I'm somewhat very particular, if not a lot demanding, but just I want my pieces to have at least the original packaging in almost good to pristine status. Um, Sometimes I get lucky, but not always, especially if I'm budgeting. However, without further ado, today's surprise is a very hard to find, at least for me, because I was looking forever. 2009. What is it called? Spring Break, second edition, 2009 Cameron. Now I know that maybe this is not a piece that's really rare. In reality, I don't know because I really haven't been shopping for the longest time, and maybe he's easier to find. Many other enthusiasts or even collectors may have actually gotten their hands at this guy. Super sexy Cameron in this series or collection from 2009. Spring Break, second edition, for a lot less. I didn't, however. I was never really able to find him at all in the very beginning. I kind of lived off of photos from, Google Images and such. So I really kind of never got to be able to shop for him because there was nothing available to shop for. Forward to right now, and a few days ago, I was able to finally, for some reason, find this guy in my favorite auction website that I will not name. I just could not let him go. I'm right now without any money whatsoever, which is totally fine. I have been without any money, since for a while, because I've been just spending like crazy for these guys and trying to get my boys, my guys all together in what I like to call the doll room. Right back there, behind that plastic curtain door, is what I call my doll room, and I've got a few different surprises there, the majority of which are these sexy, studly, babylicious Bratz Boys. But I've got other things, other dolls in there, which are not exactly Bratz Boys. And I did mention earlier in my collection of videos that I was only an enthusiast for these boys. Apparently, I guess I may have been a little wrong. I may be an enthusiast for maybe a couple other dolls. So, long story short, I was able to find this sexy, studly Babelicious, amazingly super hot and sexy. Cameron from the Spring Break 2nd edition 2009 collection inner series, and I am so excited because I couldn't find him in like forever, ever, never. I mean, he was just someone. He was one of the boys I could never find. He was just that difficult, and I just could not believe that I was looking at him when I actually bumped into him in this auction website, so I really had to have him. The price was not that bad, but I am going to have to admit it was pretty much on par with I'd say a couple of the other hard to find Bratz Boys that were also a little bit pricey. And so, in my opinion, it was somewhat of a hefty price, but he could have been a little bit more expensive, I guess. If we really kind of worked down to consider it under different circumstances, especially for today's awful, super awful economy. Luckily, the price was identical to one of my other hard to finds, Studley guys, that I might have mentioned already, months back. So even though I didn't have the money, I sort of like put it on my credit card and I'm gonna pay it next month. It's like a, buy now, pay later kind of thing. Yeah, of course, it's a really bad idea, but I really had to have them for my collection of my videos on my channel. And so here he is, the most sexy, most studly, gorgeous, babylicious Bratz Boy. The one and only Cameron from Spring Break, 2nd edition 2009. It looks like he is the only guy, the only Bratz Boy for the 2009 Spring Break 2nd edition collection inner series. From what I'm seeing here, it's Chloe, Jade, Sasha, Yasmin, and of course him. And that is it. There is no other boy for this collection, and he's basically the same as some of the other smaller boxed boys, like Kobe with a K-O-B-E, for I think it's also a surfing series or collection that he comes with a surfboard. I forget if he's like by himself totally and what year. But Cameron is basically the same in this series and or collection. He doesn't really come with a comb, which is the most strangest thing ever. I don't see a comb in here, so maybe it got lost or something, because of course the box has some kind of damage on this side, and I'll get it close to the screen soon so you can see. I had to tape it right here, at the top to press it back. There was an opening right there, so I pressed it back and taped it with clear tape, and I was able to kind of seal it for a little bit. There was extensive damage on this side of the box. So, but either way, Cameron comes just with himself, a little shell summer beach necklace, and his little shorts, a bracelet, of course, and then his surfboard, which I have to add looks very different to the surfboard that he has in his box for the Sunkissed Summer collection inner series. I took a look at that surfboard and it looks totally different. So the design is slightly different from this one. And so I was pleased. I was, thinking, well, oh my God, they just probably gave him the same surfboard, or recycled one from the other boys or whatever. Apparently not that much. I mean, the design isn't really that off, but it's not exactly the same or identical, like reused, recycled completely. So I love the surfboard. First of all, it's really neat, really interesting, really awesome. I hate the fact that, unlike the girls for this collection enter series, he arrived for us without, mostly I'd say without anything, because the girls were sort of getting everything and they always had for like ever. So he doesn't have anything. Like I said, he's got his shorts, bracelet, bracelet, and necklace. And that's all he's got. He doesn't have anything else. He still looks pretty hot, pretty stately, pretty sexy, and that's pretty just epic. I love the way his hair is like super like glued to his scalp. Looks like it was really, really nicely combed. I freaking love his hair. It's incredible. I love those eyes because he's very, the model or mold of the face for this Cameron is also very similar to the Wildlife Kobe, spelled Kobe, and the Cowboys Kate. They those each have like their eyes like directed to one direction or the other. He seems to be going through the same thing. He's looking directly at something, and then of course I noticed that his little eyebrow on this side is like a little bit like higher, like I believe Kobe from Wildlife has his. I'm not so sure about Cowboys Kate, but oh, and the hair. Cowboys Kate, one of the versions with the same size hair as Spring Break Cameron, and then one of the Kobe's, spelled Kobe from Wildlife, with the same sized hair. Sorry, they sort of have like pretty much the split of the hair like side here. It's not like in the middle. So the style of the hair looks very similar. So I'm very, very like fascinated by the way they look. I really, really love to see them all together. Of course, there is no other version of him. This is just the only one, I believe, for this collection or series. So if you find another version of him, if you have another version of him, whether it's the same edition, second edition for 2009, or it's another edition, or it's like pretty much just different hair or whatever, let me know in the comment section or post it or whatever. I'd love to see that because I've only known this one. That's the only one I know. But so there he is. He is pretty much very a basic entry. Like I said, he's got the surfboard. He's got the necklace. He's got the bracelet. He's got the shorts. I see that he has sandaled feet. So he doesn't have another pair of footwear or bare feet. Some of these for the Sunkissed Summer Collection Inner Series came in with a pair of bare feet and then with a pair of something else that they were already wearing. So this one did not, and that's totally fine. But yeah, it has very little, and here's the other side. So this one is very, very just pretty much Cameron, what he's wearing, and surfboard with a couple of little accessories he's already wearing. So basically just him and a surfboard. Of course, the art. Sorry, I'm gonna try to be very careful with the box because this box is very, very sensitive. It's already been damaged enough, so I'm going to be very careful. The art on the box is practically the same as all the others. Of course, we've got the the picture of him in the back with his surfboard, with a little bit of an introduction right there. Spring Break logo, Bratz Boyz logo. The color is pretty interesting. Is a beach light sky blue with a little bit of orange, light orange and pink. Looks pretty interesting, pretty awesome. I love it. I'm absolutely in love with it. And he looks amazing on there. And of course, let me show you the bottom. I don't think there is a manufacturing date down there. I could be wrong. If you spot it, let me know so I can correct myself later in the comment section. I don't see anything, so I really don't see a manufacturing date down there. But that's the bottom. You see the logo for Bratz Boyz for Spring Break. I don't see a picture of him down here. And then I will show you the top. Here we go. As you can see, there is some major damage on this side of the box. And there's nothing I can do about it. Ugh, this thing keeps sleeping. Okay. It was a little bit more extensive when it arrived, and of course the photos that I looked at showed exactly how extensive it was, so it's not like I was lied to by the seller or seller slash collector enthusiast. I don't know this item. The photos were exact of what he looked like and what condition the box was, whichever. So I knew exactly what I was purchasing. I just really needed to have him, whatever the condition was. I really needed to have him. And so as you can see, there is, I don't know if you can see it from there, the tape that I placed is at the very top right there. And it continues all the way here, right there. I think it goes all the way to here, maybe. I can't remember. But the piece goes from here to here. And it's very long. I pressed it and I pushed it back to try to close it. It didn't really change anything on the side of the box because the side of the box is still with a bump. If you can see that, looks like a really edgy bump right there. So yeah. Ugh. So the bump is right there. It's a little bit damaged. And that's pretty much the only damage that it suffered, aside from a couple of scraps on the plastic, which are, some of them are right here in the front. I don't know if you can see them. And then the cardboard, that's another one, which I've been trying to press back, but it's not working. Not surprised. And the holder, usually these are okay, sometimes they're not. This is the one time it's not. You can see it's bent. It's not broken, but it's like loose, that little part of it. Other than that, it's pretty much okay. Otherwise it's perfect. I'm extremely happy with it anyway. For the price though, it was extremely expensive. So I do admit I completely broke the bank with him again with something else. So I'm, in the poorhouse, I guess. You could say that. But other than that, he's pretty perfect. Everything I always dreamed and wished and wanted out of Spring Break Cameron 2009 second edition. These are, like I said, very hard to come by. And did I show you the top part? I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Oops. This thing is just so hard to move around because I don't want to poke it and ruin the cardboard, because the cardboard is so sensitive right about now. But anyway, so I just really feel like I had such a difficult time finding him, and when I actually did, I was really excited. Especially I wanted to add him to my collection, and now that I actually have him, I'm so thrilled. I really, really love him. He is an incredible print. Some of these Bratz Boyz faces look incredible. His happens to be one, and I just love it. I love it. I love the fact I can compare him with Wildlife, and not Wildlife Safari, but Wildlife Kobe, spelled Kobe, and Cowboys Cape, and both long-haired versions, not the buzz cut ones. Of course, they look very similar, just the hair is identical for those two and this one. And I was just dying to have one like that. So, either way, I'm just in love, completely, totally, utterly in love with this sexy, studly, babelicious, gorgeous guy. That is Cameron, my baby, Cameron from Spring Break Collection Inner Series 2009 2nd edition. And I am so happy and thrilled to have introduced you to him, yet another addition to my awesome collection of Bratz Boyz that apparently keeps growing. And I should be uploading another short video of another section of my shelves with a little bit of background sound music or something, so you can take a look at the collection, how it looks on the shelves together. But separately. I believe the first one I uploaded was my Pretty in Punk 3 sets, or collection of 3 sets. I didn't really go into detail and pull them out individually, each set, so you could look at it, because I was trying to stay within 1 minute. I managed to, I believe, a little over 43 seconds. I'll keep doing that and see if I can remain within a minute. So don't expect too much detail, just a little bit of music and the Bratz Boyz, the sexy, studly Bratz Boyz with music and some sections. I'm going to try to download more approved selections of soundtracks or sound scores or music for those short videos of my collection that I'm going to upload, so you can see entire shelves, individual shelves of these guys. It'll take some time because it's not that easy, especially the type of music I'm looking for. But either way, it was my dream come true to have added my babelicious studly Cameron from the 2009 2nd edition Spring Break Collectioner series from the Bratz Boyz to my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boyz, and to have introduced them to you guys. Yet another Bratz Boy, another sexy, studly Bratz Boy. Like I said, I will upload more soon to come, and hopefully you visit, drop by, take a look. If not, it's totally cool, no problem. If you want to subscribe or not, totally cool, totally awesome. But I will be thankful if you do, and I'll just keep uploading whatever I can, whatever I have a little bit of information about. Like I said, you could always drop me a line, drop me a comment in the comment section. I will approve it. If it's not, you know, a bad comment, if you're just trying to correct me or telling me about information that I missed or didn't know. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for stopping by if you did or didn't do. Thank you for everything. And I will see you again in my next entry. And I can't wait. Hopefully it's something exciting. Hopefully it's one of my shelves already, one of those short videos. And but thank you, and we will see you then.